to, I want to share a little story to illustrate the cosmic center. So years ago, a few years back, I paid a little trip to the mountains, the Red Feather Lake region, and they have this cute little library up that way. And outside the library, like like libraries sometimes do, there was a box of books out front, and I don't know, it's like $1 or something. And so this, glowing yellow book called the Cosmic Hologram. And it grabs my attention, like, whoa, now you're talking my language, right? What's this hologram about? And it's written by some renowned physicist from England. And I thought, well, maybe I got a fighting chance at understanding what she has to say here. I mean, this is a public library, like it's not the, you know, MIT or something, so maybe this is written in a way that I'll be able to understand. Um, I got about 30, yeah, maybe 40 pages into the thing, and then realized I was just like in way too deep over my over my head. But um, in the introduction of the book, I was delightfully surprised to see this. She said, "Well, it's basically like the ancients said, and here's the story of how it's said." And and she tells us, I mean, you may have heard this story before, but the story of the jeweled net of Indra. Okay. So Indra is the king of the gods. Yeah. And little side note on Indra, he's also a bit insecure as well. So here he is. He has the most palatial castle in all the heavens, and you know is the presiding force of the deities. What he says goes, kind of, sort of, mostly. And there's just kind of one problem, and that's the potential of the human being is such that they can even surpass that of the heavenly realms or the deity. And Indra has kind of envy about that or insecurity about like, oh, they'll get more powerful than me, you know. And so now and again, when a sage is off in the forest doing their hard austerities or tapas, he says, invites a bit of distraction into their space, And it doesn't always turn out well for Indra or the sage, but some sages overcome all that as well. That is to say that the human being has not only Indra potentials, like the desire to have a kind of lordly existence and to seemingly have everything together on the material realm and still be insecure. That's possible. And maybe you can think of a few examples in your own reflection. And what's more, we have the potential to like have a vision or come to higher insight, the highest insight, that's even beyond all those particulars, right? And and we will be tempted. Rest assured, this world uh, is very compelling. And but that's not at all the story that she told in the cosmic hologram. The jeweled net of Indra goes something like this. There's Indra, king of the gods. He's got this woven net and just casts it over the creation like that. And immediately there's a binding. Have you ever imagine getting caught and snared in a net, right? Like I used to watch old Gilligan's Island movies and stuff, and they'd whoop, and they get all like wrapped up in the net and like they're stuck, you know. We're on one level, we're stuck here, right? There's only one way out. And you know, you have to live or survive your or thrive your life circumstance. Mm. And I'm just, you know, a few decades into this project, and well, more and more decades as they go by. And I'm realizing there's like a cumulative effect of all the choices or non-choices that I've made at the point that sort of give me this impression of like I'm sort of bound to the many decisions I made before as well. You know, that's a that's in the net also. Time is in the net, and your karma is the net, etc. So the particular miracle of this net is that at every lattice juncture, there is a jewel, a precious jewel, the most resplendent, divine, um, sum total inclusive jewel imaginable possible. Good news, right? Every juncture. Now, every one of these jewels is the supreme absolute. Right. Is so not only is this net binding, but it's also the very means of realization or liberation as well. Liberation from that. And what's more, every jewel in the net reflects all the other jewels that are a part of this great cosmic net that we're immersed in. And so, you know, in that scale, center is on simultaneously at one point on one level, it is a fixed point or a kind of point of refuge, we could say, like your heart center, for example, or the Sushumna Nadi axis we were exploring the other week. Like there's like a defined center, but these centers are also relational at the same time. They're co-informed, you could say. So while Mount Meru or Mount Kailash, you know, on one level is the center of the universe, it doesn't make it the lone or exclusive center of the universe. Your spinal axis is the center of the universe as well, right? As is the center point of the altar, as is you know, awareness of your inhalation and exhalation. The faculty of awareness is a centered locus as well. And you know, yoga is to peel back or to come into harmonious relationship with this interwoven center that's simultaneously point specific and at all points at the same time. Yeah. There's more. There's more to be shared. And I think I'll put a bookmark in that for now. And I'll share another story next week.